and a front crawl. So you're speeding things up. It's PIYO, so it's even faster than Pilates. We've got nice slow yoga, and then we've got slightly faster Pilates and PIYO off the scale. You could actually take it up to plyometric speed and bring it in to really burn. How's the hips doing? Let's swing a leg, keeping the toes facing forward, remember? So don't have them out that way. Good job I didn't have any holes in my sock. Swap legs. Look up, look down, go up, look down. Now, let's set the feet. Feet facing forward, hip distance apart. Make sure they're not all like that. Let's start to come up on the toes. Now, what I don't want you to do is that. You can go high, but if you do it gradually, you keep the ankles in line. Make sure your knees are bent. So just slightly, but not that. Let's start to add the arms. Take the arms all the way round. All the time now, getting a bit lower and lower. So you're almost touching the floor or even touching the floor. Now something to think about, keep going, is to make sure that these knees don't do that. On the toes, bring it down. And hold it there. Give it a bit of a shake out now. So hopefully, tiny bit warmer. How about a bit of a side squat? That's it. Now when we side squat, keep the knees facing forward. So what I'm meaning is, don't do that. That's a side lunge. We're going to do a side squat to start with. And then we turn it to a lunge. If you noticed, I'm not going too wide and I'm not going too deep. Because I'm warming up. But everyone, tiny bit more down. All right. Now let's use the arms out to the side. When you use your arms, you'll feel a slight bit of pressure on the back of your neck. So look down at the floor when you do it, and it gets rid of it. Magic. Down and up. Down and up. Right now. Now you've got your side lunge. Palm down. Imagine you're pushing something away. See, low impact warm-ups are just as good as high impact. And to be fair, not such a shock to the system. Down, up, that's it. Right, bit of a shake. Remember, keep drinking. Try and drink in between each section so you finish your bottle. Stand into the back of your mat in true Pilates fashion, quick swig. Feet facing forward, hip distance apart, so if you need to, bend your knees, put your fist in between your feet, walk your feet in so they touch your fist, and the same with the ankles. Feels strange because we're putting all of these muscles back into alignment. This way, here gets longer and here gets shorter, pulling the knees out. That way, that's putting everything back where it should be, and that's why it feels strange, because we're not used to it. There's not many of us that walk in a straight line. Most of us walk like that. You may have noticed, I'll do this and then I'll walk off like that. But the most, I do try my best to keep them facing forward. So press through the big toes, knees soft, bottom under, roll your shoulders back. Lift your bottom. Press through the big toes. Remember your knees are soft, put your chin into your neck and let's roll down. Keep the chin in the neck and the pressed in the belly button. Hang it there, bend your knees, keep your chin glued to your neck. Do not let the chin leave the neck until now. Lift the chest, tuck the bottom under. Every time we come up, reset, off we go. And shoulders back and lift the chest. Give me a couple more. And reset. Now, the next move. When you roll down, put your hands on the floor. So you might need to bend your knees, that's fine. Put your hands on the floor, walk your hands forward to a plank. Walk it back. Now when you walk into your plank, uncurl, chin last. Make sure that the hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Let's go. You've got to give me another 9. We're in it. We are in it. Again. You see, I've speeded up. Trying to keep my body nice and still and not forgetting my chin action. I'm going to show you an alternative now. If your wrists are niggly, on your fists. Hands up for the badass. It looks great. Get warm? I hope so. Give me another. Don't forget your chin. And don't forget your crested and your belly button. What I don't want to see is that. Keep it here, walk it back. Now this might seem strange. To test yourself, hold it, lower, up, walk back. So yeah, it's a low impact version, keep going. It's a low impact version, but because of the control needed to lower your knees to the floor, it works your core a lot more. Have you done your 10 yet? And shake it off. Let's go down and have a down dog, because down dogs are great. So you have your roll down, walk it forward until the body is in an apex. Push your heels into the floor. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. And you feel the stretch down the sides of the ribs and feel your armpits opening out. And let's walk it back and uncurl. Roll those shoulders and squeeze a pencil between your shoulder blades. You can have your arms out to do it as well, which is good. All right, you warm? Good. Get a drink. Now we start the real exercise. And we're focusing on one leg at a time. We're going to do a knee drive. So a knee drive is a lunge to a knee lift. So we take the leg to the back, spread the toes on this front foot. Imagine that that's what your toes look like. Press through the big toe to keep the knee in alignment. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Don't change legs. Your next one, you're going to actually do a bit of a curtsy. So if I face this way, all the weight on this leg again. It's really important that you're pressing through the big toe because you're going to get a wobble on. 1, back here. 2. When you come up, really press through that big toe and you'll feel much more secure. You can even touch the floor if you want. I love exercises where you can feel the muscles working as you go through it. Give it a bit of a shake. Other side. So we want our lunge back. A knee drive. Lifting up. Let me come on this mat here. 10. I've come on the mat, but it's the wobbly floorboard. 9. My big toe's working double shift. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. If you want to as well, you just hold on to the side. But don't put your weight onto it. It's just fingertips that are going to help with the balance. Let's curtsy with the other leg. Remember, you're pressing through those big toes. Off you go. If you want to test yourself a bit more, how about this one? Keeps the pressure on the glutes. One more. Bring it up. Shake it off. If you want to have a drink, have a drink. If you don't want to have a drink, have a drink. Your body will thank you for it. Now coordination is needed. We're going to put the two together. So it's a knee drive to a curtsy. All right, let's go to the back. Go. Knee, put it back in a curtsy. Touch the floor. Up, lunge it, curtsy. There's your two. Knee to the back. Feel it. Ooh-hoo-ha. 3, 4, 5. It's great now. Halfway. 6, 7, 8. Come on, come on. 9. It's my pep talk. 10. It's easy. It's easy. Shake it. Now, don't worry. The other side, it's going to be easier. Hang on, let me just do my Zumba shake. But doing it on the other side, we'll stretch that out. Let's do this. Spread those toes, lunge to the back. And I don't want to alarm you or anything, but we all just did our strongest side first. I can guarantee that's what happened. So now this one's going to be a bit of a struggle, but we'll power through. 3, 2, 1, to the back. Feels good now because it's fresh. Oh, maybe not. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I'm losing it slightly. However, this really isn't as hard as the last one, or the other side. Shake and slap. It's better. Automatically disappears. Bit of a Zumba shake to release the sciatic area around here, and then you can come down onto the floor. Don't get too comfortable. Always pull a quick pose of a child. To realign that back slightly. Bring the knees to the edge of the mat, and then walk your hands to one side. Put your nose or your chin on the knee. And then over to the other side. Back to the centre. Right, let the floor work commence. So we start with the tricep press up, but on the knees. So you can go for a half, or you can go through for 3/4. So you want your knees hip distance apart. So you're most solid and you're best balanced. Now I go with the thumbs together because that forces me to keep my arms in. And so my elbows arm out to the side, taking the pressure or taking the work away from the tricep. Keep it here. Now, remember, doesn't matter if you go here or here, it's still a press up. If the wrists are niggly, we're right there. Straight underneath the shoulders. Crack on, give me 10 tricep press ups on your knees. 2, 3, 4. Are your hands underneath the shoulders? 8. Pressed it in your belly button. 10. Sit back on your bottom, hands on your back. Putting the hands on the back gives immediate relief to the shoulders. It's magic. Hands next to your head, kneel down. Now every single one of us are going to do a full tricep press up, meaning knees off the floor. Put your hands what's most comfortable for you. My hands are directly in line with the shoulders here, but I've got them in slightly to really force me to use my triceps. Everybody's on the toes. That is a press up, pressed it into your belly button. If you are moving your elbows, you're doing a press up. So you're down here or you're here. I don't care, just give me 10. Because you'll find if you're at the top, very soon you'll start to get lower. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday soon. One more for me. Pose of a child, hands on your back. And give those fingers a bit of a wiggle if you've been on your fists. Shake it out. And back here. Right, so I have the tricep press up. Almost finished. Your next one, hands in tricep position, and we're going to do 20 all stepping alternate leg thrusts. I'm going here. 1, 2. You are keeping your body still. You're not rushing it. And it's the not rushing that's a killer. So we're halfway. Try and hold that belly in. Keep the bottom a little bit high to take the pressure off your back. 7, 8, 9, 10. Pose of a child, hands on your back. Goodness me, and actually I just dripped sweat. That was good. Yes, I like that because it shows I'm doing something. Right, next one, combat press up on your knees. So you can take your hands to standard press up position. If you're feeling this far too much in your shoulders, or if you do have a shoulder problem, you can actually bring it down to a plank. Now, let me show you the plank one first. Elbows underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers, takes the pressure off the elbows. We're on the knees, here and back, here and back. Alternative, here and back. What you're working on is not turning. So don't do that. Don't look at your knee, there's no need.
Morning.
Good morning. Right, let's add a press up. See, you don't have to go far. This is about your core. Is that good? Is it good? 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold those abs. 1, sit back, roll those shoulders, give it a bit of a shake. Now, I'm going to be sneaky and crafty because we're actually doing some full combat press ups. Only 10. The rule still applies. Tiny elbow movements. Nobody woke up one morning after doing no press ups and going, I can get my chest on the floor and do 100 reps. It would never happen. So here is fine. Here is also fine. And if anybody wants to touch the floor with their chest, please feel free. Seven, 8, 9, 10. Kneeling down, arms off the floor. You can pose of a child, or you can just sit here like this, hugging your elbows. Whew. Sit down on your bottom. Shake it off. We have another 60 reps to do. I'm sure we've done more, but the more the merrier. Stay sat up. lean it back, lift up. I think we've probably got more than 60. Elbow to knee. This is option 1. You're going to give me 20. This is option 2. You're going to give me 20. Making sure the head moves. That's why I'm telling you elbow to knee. When your head moves, your torso moves. If you've got a little shake on, yeah. Hug your knees when you've done your 20. Really round up. All right. I want you to lie down. We've got an in-betweener. Lie down. Arms above your head. Now if your back is a bit niggly, feet like this, round your back into the floor. Head up 5 centimetres, feet up 5 centimetres, and back down. If you're hardcore today, take those legs out. Keep your arms glued to your ears and pressed it in. Can you give me 20? Every time you come up, round your back into the floor. So I've just done 10. I'm going to hug my knees, have a little bit of a rock, and then I'm going to do another 10. Legs out, pressed it in your belly button. Breathe in. Hands up who enjoys that great ab feeling when you're working it. Alright, sit up, rock up into a sitting position. You can come forward again because it gives a slightly different stretch and kind of completes it. 2 options, hands to the back or no hands at all. Fast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bring it forward. Well, how nice was that? Lie down again. I'm going to do a C crunch. So arms above your head, pressed it into your belly button. We'll start with the lower option because we're going for 20. Your choice when to take it up. Lift your head up, touch your ankles, bring it back down. You'll find that this particular move, this C crunch, will give you back a little bit of relief and a stretch out from what we've just done. Now you may notice as well, I'm moving my legs out. It's up to you. You can go to straight legs to bring the knees in, and that works your abs more, especially your lower abs. So have a quick melt into the floor because that was my 10. And then I'll just complete another 10. And I'm just going to start to bring my legs in for the last 5. To stretch out that back a little bit more. And then rock into a sitting position if you're not there already. So I'm going to go for this stretch this time. So I'm stretching my inside thigh as well as the lower back. Now, we're going back to the scissor, but we're going to use our hands to the back because we're slowing it down. However, those strong ab people and Pilates people among you, you can do an alternate leg touch. So let's keep the legs up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, you see? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hug. Always protecting that back. Another 10. Both legs up, lift your chest, and you can have your hands behind your back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hug again. Lie down. Get a good stretch. Try and get your toes on the skirting boards in front of you and your fingers on the skirting boards behind you. Now, bring those soles of your feet together, touch, and back down again. Now the choice is yours. You can straighten your legs out, or you can leave them down like that. See how that feels in the hip area? Any hip niggles? This is not the one to do. You can go for the touch the ankles into the C-crunch. Okay, off you go. Depending on how your back feels, you could go for your straight 20, or you could take your rest after 10. Your abs are really going to thank you after this. I'm going to take a rest after 10. Hugging it in. All right, off I go again. So I've decided to go for the straight leg one on this one. Slightly more challenging. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I don't know if you can hear my tummy, but I have had some breakfast. And bringing it forward. Now, leg shoots. Leg shoot extension. I think I need to wet my lips for this one. If you need to bring your sets down and maybe do 5 instead of 10, that's all good too. So, we're at the back. Lift the knees up. 1, 2. Keep the feet off the floor. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. 10. And hug. Other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hug. Just hug it. And uncurl. Lift the chest. We've got 20 more reps before we finish our 300. So we're going to go with 10 classic Pilates roll downs and then 10 rocks to ease your back. Knees pointing up to the ceiling. Feet can be flat on the floor or not. Choice is yours. Lift up, your chin in your neck. Let's go halfway. Bring it back up again. And keep going. 2. Your speed. Chin is really important. You don't have to go all the way down on this one, especially after all the work you've been doing today. I'm on number 8. Hips are a little bit tired. And I've got one more. With my chinny chin chin. And bring it in. Right, Right, our last 10 reps. Let's rock it. So we start with the feet sit-up position and then lie down. Oh God, that was nice. I did that all wrong. Knees pointing up to the ceiling, tabletop. Rock up, don't touch. Try and keep the knees on a 90-degree angle. That is what's working with abs, because normally what you would do is to flick it. And then that's when momentum takes over. But this way, you have to focus on using your core. And look, I started to use my hands to come up. 8. I'm moving forward. And there was a flick. We're done. I've done you. I've done me as well. Legs out. Give it a bit of a shake. So, the core needs a good stretch. Roll over onto your tummy. You've got your elbows underneath your shoulders and spread the fingers as we come up in the Sphinx. Try and lengthen your neck and push your chest forward. Lie down. Sit back into a pose of a child. Hands on the back just to give them a bit of a rest. Next one, the cobra. So we're taking it a bit further. Remember, you don't have to do this. You could do your Sphinx again. So thumbs on the ribs, bring it up. Pull those shoulders away and try and lengthen your neck. Sit back, pose of a child. Keeping the arms to the front. Look underneath one arm as you try and bring the chest closer to the floor. And then turn to do the other side. Bring it back to the center. Lift up, connect your toes, and come up in a down dog. Push those heels into the floor so you can feel the stretch at the back of your calf, maybe even going up into your hamstrings. Walk your hands back and uncurl with your chin coming up. Last. Arms up to the ceiling, above the sky. Take a deep breath in, Brady Bunch down the sides, hold at the shoulders, turn the palms to me. Push back to the front. Try and get your fingers onto the screen. And back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I really hope you've enjoyed the class and you found it challenging but achievable. Thank you.